like you're awake.
Yep, yep.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. I hope you'll like it.
It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yummy.
Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope, Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up, so Paimon didn't open it. Oh, it's from... We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyno's as heroes of Sumeru. Please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, you're embarrassing me.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look.
Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
Tainari!
Good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover.
Yes, but there are still some residual. The Withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We Forest Rangers will still need to do the work.
By the way, we have some good news. Simon...
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and left.
Then you probably already know all about the celebration.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate...
Perhaps, or alternatively, he doesn't know about it either.
Come to think of it, Cyno doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration. You and Kale are both Cyno's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kala has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have...
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate... When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light... As a result, work has increased for the...
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to...
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Yay!
Is there anything else you'd like to ask about? Ah, yes. Thanks for remembering her. She continued her training in the forest. A lot has happened lately. Kale, as for Cyno's reinstatement, the more I think... But this does remind me that Kale and I should find an opportunity to celebrate him as well. And you as well. Thank you. Take care.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guest?
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never...
I was thinking the same thing. The feast...
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon!
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best. The other guests haven't even replied yet.
Huh? Are we the only one?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other...
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after all. You have no idea.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has good because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's amazing. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time.
Nonsense. It is not for us to determine the... But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a...
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to everyone. I'm satisfied just being able to perform here.
There's always a lot going on at the...
Yeah, and that's what... Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then please tell everyone that there will be a fee...
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is...
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dee asked for Sino. We've only heard that he appears at the Academia. I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler. We haven't seen Al-Haytham anywhere. Let's ask that person... Hey there! Have you seen Al-Haytham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Al-Haytham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him, but you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must...
Oh? Who else was looking for...
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way! We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about the sage.
Al-Haytham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it It looks like he might—
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you as well as I do would sure—
You... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, which is truly unfortunate, I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you—
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices of all—
Huh? What nonsense.
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh, it's you two.
We're running some errands for Nilou. Have you
Letter?
Nilou said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zaino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to all Hatham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office.
Have you always been so busy?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives—
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kinda strange to hear them called—
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans, attaching themselves to the 6 great schools, have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the academia. Now, The 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6. Among the 6th grade sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to—
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But I refused.
Huh? But why? Can't you be a little more ambitious?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6th grade sages. Like I said before.
Oh, all right.
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the academia before the new sages take off. And the first thing I'll do is reject Kashara.
By the way, who was that other person just now?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars. Which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration.
Alright, I'll see.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean...
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a
I want to take a risky job and put my body...
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous...
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come... I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through and through. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller, I'm still not completely ready to settle down on this side of the wall.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to...
We just came from talking with...
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and I'll hate them told me that now was a good time to find a job in the academia.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I...
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. I'll hate them probably just like the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find...
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree because you're super amazing.
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything...
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for... But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be...
Huh? But wait a second.
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady...
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if...
Oh, didn't...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also usually...
So what it really sounds like is that the person on...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and...
Sorry to make you two come all the way.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically write to us.
Yes! She said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and we'll...
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in, too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking...
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she wants to see us.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't...
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll see you there.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru Village. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. Don't mention it. You'd better...
All right, on to our next step. Race you! It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tainari agreed to let us leave.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
Mm-hmm. And Tainari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right?
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing here like...
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean...
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. But you know one of the people I'm meeting is...
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me.
Roman! And...
Oh, you...
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar.
I can...
What?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the... She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with...
Yes. It's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, that is the true meaning of education and the spreading of...
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Sataria is more than welcome to come teach here. Her arrival is like a star shining in the desert night. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were lightning bolts constantly Sataria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, Sataria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert...
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to... I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't...
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light. You probably...
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss My plan was able to go smooth.
You're all doing so much.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related...
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to... We must be persistent about this, and maintain these...
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see...
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some...
No, not at all. We're actually... Neela wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already...
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really...
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds...
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like...
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after...
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, the message is... I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand that you and the art... Please keep dancing.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh,
Got it.